Yeah, so she bought into Roblox at $49 and she liquidated at 125. So she's like, I more than doubled my money, and for a 10-year-old, that's like she's making it rain. She's like, and they
And
listen
and and and,
to,
and you know that that's wiring her economic thinking at an early age, right? Because when somebody like when you get raised to only learn how to do things the hard way, then you get used to the hard way. But then when you are exposed to a way to do it much easier, you naturally gravitate toward the easier way. That's
make it fun
I did. Sorry.
and make it fun. Like your little
Mm.
not playing cards. I call them playing cards, but they're the sets because we use them as playing cards. We do matching with them so they can understand the terms. Sometimes I cover them with post-its so they can't read the terms, and it's just we play games with them to make it fun because kids don't like school. School's not fun for everyone. I'm a former nerd. Okay, I'm still a nerd. But I love school. And so when like Dr. Claude Anderson's book gets shipped or one of your books gets shipped, and I'm like, "Ooh, a book," and they're like, "Oh, mom, you," and like they know how excited I get. Shout out to my sister Natasha; she's the true Velma of the group. But I love to read, I love to learn, and so making it fun. That was my point.
Yeah, I think when it's fun, and then I just think about just it's like this, right? Like if you're raised with a limited educational or limited economic education, it's like somebody says, if you say, well, how do I get from point A to point B? They say, well, you walk, and if you really want to get there fast, you run. Running's gonna make you tired, but you'll get there. And then one day somebody comes along on a bike, and you're like, wait a minute, you mean I can get twice as far, 10 times as far for a third of the energy? I want one of those, right? And then you see somebody else with a car. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't even have to pedal the car. This is amazing. And I can go 1,000 miles and I get tired. And I bring that up because it's the same thing when you talk about financial vehicles, right? And that's what they call them, investment vehicles, right? The first investment vehicle we learn is you go to work and get a job, and that's what you do if you want to make money. And for me, what opened my eyes was when I actually was 12, a little bit older than your daughter, and I was selling candy door to door, and I saw how that being a better salesperson would accelerate my income. I mean, I would come home at 12 years old with $30, $40 in my pocket. That was a lot of money back then. It's a lot of money now, you know. And what I wasn't introduced to is what your daughter's introduced to, which is this idea that she bought this Roblox stock for, what'd you say, 49 dollars, and the price goes up to 125, and so her money almost triples. Actually, that's almost tripling.
It is, yeah.
And she didn't do anything. All she did was make an investment decision. And I like what you're doing because you're really shaping her thought process. So when she gets older and she says, "Gosh, I need some money. What am I going to do?" She doesn't have to pick option A. Think about how many young people are like, "Guess I got to get a job. I got to get a second job," right? Your daughter's going to say, "No, I could get a job, or I could invest, or I could learn to sell, or I could do," you know what I mean?